This is why they say you can walk on our reputation. See Bill and Lucy at Perry's Floors and More, 127 West Market Street, Princeton.
1580 103.3 WPKY. Tess and Ty and Coffee Talk on the air this morning. And we've been starting our Coffee Talk recently with kids' pledges, Ty.
Yes, we have.
And I've gotten the biggest kick out of it because I think they're adorable. And I think, with them on NIT and trying to do their lessons at home, this is just kind of a little bit of normalcy for them because a lot of them are used to starting their day off with the pledge at school. So I didn't make it get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to do the pledge, right? So that's good. So we're giving them a little bit of and I didn't even kick the bed this morning for CJ. I did leave the light on. I did go by and flip the light on. I heard, Mom, we'll get up and turn it off. What's the matter with you? And so those are the things I'm doing to be helpful with my children at home. I don't know what you're doing. Hey, who do I have on the phone at the moment? Hello?
Cora.
Hello?
I heard somebody.
My name's Cora, and I'm 9. My name is Willow, and I'm 6.
Well, let's do the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yay! You guys did amazing! And in case you didn't hear them, their names are Cora and Willow. And they have parents that are veterans. And I love that. And, of course, some of my best buddies in the whole wide world, and I love them to death. And, of course, Keith and Misty mean a lot to me, and I love them dearly. So those kids are amazing. Miss Willow has the prettiest little curly hair you've ever seen in your life.
They did a fantastic job on that.
But if you would like your child to do that, in Cora and Willow, you did amazing, sweet girls. I love you so much. Cora just had a birthday the other day. She just had turned 9 about a week ago. So if you've got a child that you would like to do the pledge in the morning, all you have to do is email your name and a phone number where we can get a hold of you, and I'll call and I'll set that up for you, and that way we're calling. We won't surprise you too quick. How do they get a hold of us, Ty?
Again, email is the best way. Give us a little contact information, name, your child's name, telephone number. We can reach you so we can schedule it. And just email us at wpkyonline@gmail.com.
With the prevention steps that have been put in place, we'd like to take just a minute to remind you that local merchants rely on your patronage for their very survival. I'm Beth Mann with the Edge Media Group, asking you, during these uncertain times, please continue to support the local businesses who support you all year long. Give your local merchant the chance to serve you first before automatically shopping at the big box stores. Because to them, you're more than just another sale. You're someone special.
1580 103.3 WPKY, Tess and Ty. And, of course, Coffee Talk, it wouldn't be a Wednesday without the Extension Office, would it?
Oh,
I'm telling
Look
you,
at you go.
I have got my hair on fire this morning. That's what's going on. Y'all will understand it later. If you're watching the video, you'll see the hair on fire.
It's not quite an inferno yet. It's just a little spark.
We're working on it.
I'm waiting to see the steam come out of the ears.
I've got the headphones on, or you probably would. Hey, Ashley White's on the phone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Did we wake you up enough yet?
Hey, I'm awake. I'm ready to go.
I tell you, I love her because she's always perky. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. She is always perky. It's Miss Ashley White.
I've been awake for a while.
Oh, well. You could have said, yeah, I'm just naturally that way. I just rolled out of bed. That's just the way that I am.
It's natural.
Caldwell County Extension Office, Ashley White. What's going on?
Well, I have several things to tell you today.
Good.
Number one, just in case people have not gotten the memo, we are still open for business. We are just limiting public access. So our office, if you need to drop off school samples, we have a box outside our office. 4-H has put together some kits for the kids. And we have also got some extension grab bags that have a calendar, a Chop Chop magazine, a recipe, an activity book for kids. And all of these things are located right outside our door. So we are still operating, and the agents can still be reached by phone and email. So keep asking us questions. We're not closed.
So, I mean, and when you say that, I mean, there's just because that there's a pandemic going on in some around the world, that doesn't mean that the farmers that are trying to produce these vegetables and trying to have these gardens don't have they have soil problems that they need help with. And then, you know what? They also have other issues that you can help with. They have recipe problems. They have, hey, my kid's at home and I don't know what to do with them problems. I mean, there's just different ways that you guys can help, right?
Yes, and we're, you know, this is all new to all of us. We are working on new ways to reach out and new ways to offer programming. I am working on a couple of lessons with because you know how I go in the preschools once a month. I'm missing that. So we're going to see what we can do about trying to do a Zoom, an online story hour, just like I would do if I was in the classroom. And I'm working on, this was the time when we were about to do our Little Books, Little Cooks. So we're going to try to do a virtual Little Books, Little Cooks. So
that's
we're working on some different things.
Ashley, of course, Ashley White joins us, our agent for Family and Consumer Sciences from the UK Extension Office. Tell us about the Extension Homemakers. They meet quite frequently. They do different things. How are they managing through this, and what kind of activities, and how are they still kind of conducting with their groups and clubs that they have within the Extension Homemakers?
Well, we did have to cancel our last homemaker training, but we still have the packets of information available for the homemaker groups. KEHA has encouraged them not to meet face-to-face right now. Some of ours are in that 10 and under group, so they are choosing to do what they feel is best for themselves and their club. But I have also put up, we have a Facebook group that is just for our homemakers, and so I've been sending them information about their homemaker lessons, and we are also working to have some of those lessons virtually.
Nice. Yeah, and I know Joni was here last week, and she was talking about her new page as far as some resources for cooking and some of the demonstrations and things that she was going to be doing. And pretty cool that you're going to reach out looking at Zoom and different things. It's quite an adjustment, isn't it, having to become creative to reach out to the folks that need your services?
It is. I'm excited for the challenge. Looking into virtual opportunities has been something that has been on my to-do list for a long time, but it's just trying to find the time. So I'm excited for this opportunity. And in the meantime, while we're working on it, the University of Kentucky Family and Consumer Sciences Extension in our state office, they have been cranking out the virtual programming. We have had several. I've been sharing those on my Facebook page. So I'm loving those. If you have not checked that out yet, you definitely want to. We've had one on cooking with kids. There's been one on managing your time whenever you're working remotely. And there's several others. I've shared them all. I just can't think of them off the top of my head.
Well, I'll tell you, you've got so many things going on. I don't know how you keep up with them.
Well, I think I have more Post-it notes sitting around my desk than I usually do. So.
Well, what about the mental? You know, you're very good about at one time you were talking about being in the moment and the mental aspect, and this can be a little stressful too. This can be this is a stressful time for many of us, whether kids are home, for extended period of times, trying to get their homework, just watching the news or whatever. So what are some of the suggestions and things that you would suggest in outreach sources and things that we can do to kind of keep us mentally in the right frame of mind?
Well, my number one tip is going to be to stay active. It's very easy if you're working from home or you're working remotely to just sit. So take those stand-up breaks. If you have a smartwatch or you have a timer that you can set on your phone to remind you to get up, even if you just get up and march in place for a little bit. Because I know how hard it is to prioritize your work and you get in the middle of something and you just want to keep going. But even if you just stand up and sit back down, take deep breaths, count to 10 before you think or before you speak or before you react. Be sure and
Sorry.
Are you laughing? Are you laughing at me there?
I always count to 10 before I speak. Are you kidding me?
Right. And that can be, that's especially if you've got the kids around and they're wanting your attention constantly. Take a deep breath before you react to that. Set aside time to relax. Also, I understand it's hard to do, but if you can take 10 minutes just for yourself, if that means going in your room and closing the door, or if that means going outside and walking around your house 3 times, just do it. You've got to laugh. Keep your sense of humor. If you've got the time, you can look things up that are funny to you, or we get a joke every day from the school that my stepdaughter goes to. She loves these jokes, so we tell a joke every day.
Aww.
And
that's really cool. That's a great way to keep things light and to have that little laughing time.
And I think that's something she's used to because she is trying to tell jokes all the time. So I think she's used to getting those jokes. But connect with somebody. It's one of those times that we're not encouraged to do a lot of face-to-face interaction, but technology, we've got so much technology right now. So if you can do a video conference with somebody, or depending on what kind of phone or device you have, there are different ways to connect and be able to look at somebody through the phone and talk to them. And that can be more meaningful than a text message or just a phone call.
Well, I will tell you, Ty has actually been doing really good. I'm horrible at it, and I admit it to her every time she's here. But Ty's actually been doing extra steps here at the station some.
What's that?
Awesome.
Yeah.
He's been a good boy. He really has, Ashley.
Yeah,
Well, I've really been trying to. We take a walk after lunch.
Oh, yeah, I have been.
Well.
That's exactly right. Yeah, okay. I see what she's telling on me now because, yeah, when she does.
No, that wasn't tattling. It was good.
No, yeah. She, I sometimes when she's doing the news, I will get up and I will walk. I will take steps. I just right around the lobby just to kind of clear my head a little bit and get a little exercise. So, yeah, it helps a whole lot to get the blood pumping. And it opens you up and gets you ready to go for face the day and do what you have to do. So great tips, Ashley White.
See, I got you Ashley White points there. Did you see that?
Yeah, I don't know if
I'm marking it down.
I'm there for you.
Yeah, mark it down because it is working. But so many cool things. And again, you guys are open for business out there at the UK Extension Office. Soil samples for farmers, information for whether it's 4-H, Joni's SNAP Ed, of course, your family consumer science. All research-based information. You guys are open. Of course, things are a little different, not to foot traffic inside the office, but there are boxes and things out front that they can check with you, and of course, they can call, right?
Yes, they can call. There's somebody checking the messages every day, and then we are available on our cell phones. We're available through Facebook Messenger. We're available through email. We are here for you.
Okay, well, sounds wonderful.
Thank you so much. We sure do appreciate it. And, of course, Caldwell County Extension Office, Ashley White, they are amazing and wonderful people, and they're there for us all the time, and we sure do appreciate it. 365-2787. Stick around. Still to come, we got somebody coming in the building that we absolutely adore and love. Dunc's here next on Coffee Talk. Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast for today. It sure does look like it's going to be a little cloudy this morning, but hopefully it's going to be sunshiny by this afternoon. High 65. Is that a word? Sunshiny. Tonight, partly cloudy. Low 48. Tomorrow, mostly sunny. High 76. And then on Friday, 20% chance of showers. 80% chance it won't. Mostly cloudy. High near 80. It is 45 at 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
This weather update brought to you by Princeton Counseling. Positive counseling and coaching. Call 270-874-7033 for an appointment.
Have you been to Big Deal Store yet? Go to WPKYOnline.com and click on Loyal Listener Big Deals. The other day, I redeemed a gift certificate on my smartphone. It was so easy. Thanks to Loyal Listener Big Deals, I found new places to eat, have fun, take the family out, and get my car fixed. With Loyal Listener Big Deals, you can save money and try new businesses. Go to WPKYOnline.com. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
This is Mallory Hancock Lawrence, and we love our Caldwell and Line County friends. We invite you to come to Cada's anytime you can to shop with us. We're making it even easier for you. Whether you work in Cada's or just come to town for a visit, stop in and shop with us. But if you're in a hurry, you can pre-order your groceries at Hancock'sNeighborhoodMarket.com. It's so easy and convenient. Of course, we want to see your smiling face anytime we can, but if you're in a hurry, Hancock'sNeighborhoodMarket.com is the way to go. Hancock's Neighborhood Market, Cada's.
It's sad but true. Lots of folks think that food comes from the grocery store. Although that's the final stop, let's remember the first stop, the American farmer. It's the American farmer that faces uncertain markets, uncertain weather conditions, and a multitude of issues that most of us couldn't even understand. So the next time you're becoming impatient as you travel slowly behind farm machinery on the roadway, remember they're not only feeding the Commonwealth and our country, they're feeding the world. If you ate today, think of farmer.
1580 103.3 WPKY. Tess in Ty and Dunc is in the house. Good morning.
Good morning, Caldwell County.
How are you?
Fine.
I'll tell you, I have heard the other, and I was just talking to him about it. I love him, and he knows that I tell him that all the time, that he's Superman. Because the other day, I was hearing somebody said something about, well, I think somebody might be shooting. Well, no, that's not what it is. And then somebody said, no, it's fireworks. And I was like, well, I know who that is. It's fireworks. You've been at it again.
Yes, ma'am.
But it puts a smile on people's faces. And I think that's really and truly why you do it, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
And then he's also got his red, white, and blue lights up at his house. Evidently, I'm stalking Dunc. He's wondering about, blocking me here now. But you go out of your way between the red, white, and blue lights and the fireworks. Why do you do that?
Just to put
and
a
then
smile.
at Christmas time.
Just to put a smile on everybody's faces. No matter where you look, there's always a sad face. All it takes is either saying something to somebody or brightening the spirit. I don't worry about it too much. I ain't even worried about this virus. You know what I mean? I'm just out and about like I am any other day.
He gets it from his mama. I'm not gonna lie. I'll give her some props this morning because your mama's the same way.
Hard-headed and stubborn.
Well, she's sweet, and she is always, she's always saying hi and going out of her way to talk to people, and you can tell that's just kind of the way your mom is too.
Yes, ma'am. I learned about everything from my mom. She was my mom and my dad. So.
See, I got your pointers this morning. Are you welcome?
Ma'am.
You'll probably get something good to eat out of that. But and I'll tell you, I've made this phone call too. It goes beyond the lights and stuff. And I know a lot of us, you got Hometown Hero last year because, of the big fireworks shows and different things that you do for people.
Yes, ma'am.
But it's the little things that he does that a lot of people don't know about. I called him the other day. I had a young lady that is really special to me, a teenager, that was on the side of the road and said, hey, my truck won't start. What do I do? And guess who I called? And within 10 minutes, he had her back on the road. And it wasn't anything that he asked for anything other than, that he wanted to help. And it was an instant. It wasn't well, let me get back to you and see some, in a couple hours. No. He was there in no time and had her going. And I appreciate that. And you do that for a lot more people than what a lot of people know about.
Yes, ma'am.
And you don't tell people about it. You just do it and you go on. And I think that's what I love about it.
Yes, ma'am.
But that's our small businesses, too. Because I see that, like we were talking about notes that had barbecue that they were giving out, setting aside for people every day. And John Lundstrom, I had just saw him yesterday offer to take food to Trigg County when the governor had said Trigg County is in need of food. Instantly, John from Big John's Barbecue said, hey, I'll help.
Yep.
And I mean, with you guys, I guess they call them mom and pops. I can't look at you and say you're a mom and a pop. But I mean, you're a locally owned business, though. Kathy and Cray Lewis are the same way. The Tin Reef. I mean, these people you guys are always helping. And right now, you need the help.
Yes, ma'am.
And, I mean, what can we do to help you guys?
Well, I just want to let everybody know we're going to try to stay open as long as we can. We are on the essential list, and I do have a tow truck to back that up, so you know what I mean? What we're going to do this week from probably now till probably next Wednesday or so till all this starts to clear out, anything you come in and buy from me, you can just take an additional $10 off of each used tire, you know what I mean, off your overall ticket to help out everybody, you know, that's needing tires that does still need to get everywhere, you know what I mean? I mean, it's still taking a little away, but it's giving back a lot. You know
well,
what I mean?
and we've still got to get to where we're going, because I promise you, I don't care if it's 1 o'clock in the morning, if you call this guy right here and you say, I'm on the side of the road, can you help me? He will be there in no time flat.
Yes, ma'am.
I bet your wife hates that.
Well, most of the time she's with me.
Bless her heart. I'm picking on her a little bit this morning, too, though, but she's right there with you.
Yes,
and if
ma'am.
you're not available, she'll take it out and go do it.
Yes, ma'am.
She's like, where are the jumper cables? I'll go do it.
Modern day Bonnie and Clyde.
I love
You know what I
that,
mean?
though. And that's, you guys sometimes don't get enough, you know, because it's dirty work and it's late work and it's not always the most glamorous work, and you don't ask anything in return most of the time.
Yes, ma'am.
And I appreciate that. And these are the kind of people that we want to keep you guys here, so that 70 years from now, when we have another 70th anniversary, well, I guess it'd be 140 at that point. I'm not probably going to be here. But I mean, you know, that legacy lives on because you're teaching kids
Yes, ma'am.
how to treat each other at the same time.
Yes, ma'am.
So there's going to be some little Duncs later on that say, look, I want to help people because Dunc showed me how.
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Is that why you do it, really and truly?
Yes, ma'am. My little 2.5-year-old now, he can run the machines, he can do this, he can put lug nuts on. My daughter can change the tires on your car.
There you go, girl.
You know what I mean? She can do everything I can do, and so can my son. My nieces and nephews, I try to teach them along with my brothers and everybody around, you know.
What are they doing now that they're out of school?
Well,
Chasing you around?
well, pretty much.
Do they come to work with you?
Sometimes they do. Every once in a while they come up and help, and then like last year when we had to load all the tires, they was the first ones up there to help, you know.
See.
So my family, I got a lot of family support, and I got a big family, so they always got my back, so I try to keep their backs.
All right.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
how do they get a hold of you? And I know that a lot of the ways people interact in the businesses at the moment have changed. So how are you guys doing this now?
Well, we are going to have our showroom floor closed, but we will have our back garage door open. So if you see that garage door open, that means I'm working. And if you don't see me in the parking lot, which you should, I'll be somewhere around there. And you can call 270-963-6391.
Now
Get a hold of me.
is that the same number if we're on the side of the road and we say, Dunc, come get me?
Yes, ma'am. That's tires towing or Dunc itself. So,
Well, there you go. So
either way.
if you're not there, that could be that you'll be back. You're just out helping somebody right
Yes,
now.
ma'am. And if you do not reach me on the first call, sometimes I am back there where the machines are going, or I'm on the side of the road or up under a truck. So if you don't reach me the first time, just call back, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Shoot me a text. If that don't work, hit me on the Facebook. So sooner or later, I will get back to you within that 20-minute period, hopefully.
Now, other than tires and you know doing the tire thing, and is there anything else that you do other than that?
Well, I'm kind of a jack of all trades, so I try not to turn down anything. You know what I mean?
You ask him for help, he'll figure out how to do it. I'm
Yes,
telling
ma'am.
you.
If I don't know how to, I'll learn it.
If there's a wrench involved, he'll figure out how to turn it. I promise
ma'am.
you. Dunk's Tire, give him that phone number again.
270-963-6391.
Go visit your local businesses today. We love you. We thank you.
Thank
we
you for
really
having me.
do. I'm telling you, anytime that you need them, they're always there, and we love them for it. Stick around. Here's another guy that's always there when we need him. He's coming up next on Coffee Talk 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Clarksville's Bridgestone Metalfa is a great place to work, but don't take my word for it.
Hi, my name is Adam Mendez. I've been there for 6 years. The culture at Bridgestone is, I think it has its family. It's been good to me. I've actually brought in my sister, my brother-in-law, my niece, my nephew, friends and family members that are all in there. I mean, if I make good money, why can't they?
If you'd like to start a career at Bridgestone Metalfa, visit our website at metalfausa.com.
With the prevention steps that have been put in place, we'd like to take just a minute to remind you that local merchants rely on your patronage for their very survival. I'm Beth Mann with the Edge Media Group, asking you, during these uncertain times, please continue to support the local businesses who support you all year long. Give your local merchant the chance to serve you first before automatically shopping at the big box stores, because to them, you're more than just another sale. You're someone special.
1580 103.3 WPKY, Tess and Ty, and Brother Harrell Riley. What's going on?
Good morning. How are you guys?
Well, we're doing good. We're having a good day, to be perfectly honest. I mean, we've had Dunc in the studio. We got another friend that I'm looking at that's already here. We talked to some kids that did the pledge. We've heard Ellie Sims actually have a Bible verse this morning. It's been a good day.
All right. Well, it's a good day for us, too.
Well, lay it on us, man. How are you, and what's going on, and what in the world are you up to in this community?
Well, as you all know, wanted to come on and update. You all gave us the privilege a while back to come on and share about the men's conference. And just like every other arena, most things are in delay or in a stupor, is the only way I know to say it. And so folks need to know that our men's conference that we had for April 3rd and 4th has been postponed. I say that because many people are saying canceled. I don't believe in canceling. I believe in redoing and reworking and getting things back up. So at some point, the vision of impacting the community for the men's sake and all that with Ignite will come back to Princeton. I don't know when that will be, but we wanted folks to know what was going on there. The second is I want to challenge folks with this understanding. You know, we are one of the non-essentials in Princeton when the governor has made his decree. So our store is closed. But here's what folks need to know. The ministry is still running. And, of course, that affects the bottom line, what we're doing. So we're still available to help in any way we can.
And now that store, you're talking about Joseph's Closet, just to clarify for people.
Yes, ma'am. Joseph's Storage Bin. Yes, ma'am. And so there are people that are, the whole place has been cleaned and sanitized so that when this thing is over, folks don't have to worry. They can come in and still shop. Things are being put in order and changed over to spring so that we're up to date when the trigger is pulled on folks getting back in the community. Here's what we'd like folks to know. I know that people are sitting at home trying to figure out what to do. If you are cleaning your closets or, spring cleaning, whatever the case may be, we are still taking donations because that doesn't take a physical interaction. Because of a grant we received, there are roller carts out front. You can load your stuff in that. When you're gone, somebody will come out and get it, and we will sort it, put it where it belongs, those kind of things. So even though the store is not open, we're prepping for what needs to happen in the days to come with the fact that the truth of the matter is they can still donate and be prepared to help the community in that process. So don't forget that. And, we'd also say then in times past we've had a little bit of trouble with people pilfering with that, but we're watching it very well. So keep that in mind and continue to bring you stuff. So we're concerned for people. If there are folks that have needs, please let us know. We've had the privilege of, in recent days, helping a family of teenagers over on the edge of Lyon County with no food. We've delivered some other things. So we're still doing ministry. And that in particular, we're praying about what's going on. And I got a telephone call from the Board of Education. And so we'll be pursuing that endeavor here coming up shortly.
Yeah, Harrell, I understand with the Board of Education that you've got volunteers going to be coming in and feeding the kids. They're going to be preparing food, I think, out in the cafeteria, and then feeding kids over spring break. If I'm correct, is that correct?
That is correct. The board called, of course, spring break's on, staffing issues, so on and so forth, rules, laws, everything they're trying, and so. They want to be sure that all the students, and there's about 600 of them, anywhere from 550 to 600, that are still receiving their free meals, and they're delivering them right now. So they are doing an excellent job of keeping everybody working that they can. So I believe the bus drivers and parapros and other folks are out there right now prepping and doing. during spring break, they don't have folks on staff, so they've called us, and there was a partnership with Disaster Relief. They're going to cook the meals, and then HR Ministries is going to be responsible for handling the serving of those meals. And we have some people that are already sewing and preparing us masks, and we have a supply of gloves that we had because of what we do in ministry and other places and locations, as well as sanitizers. So we're prepared for this event to hand out things, and I've already talked to the churches and pastors that are drop-off locations, and they're going to get people together. Now, what folks need to know to help us with this, because of barriers, laws, and liabilities, if you want to help with this, you must go through HR Ministries, fill out our application and a background check. We want to protect kids and their families, so we're not allowing just anybody to help. That's not a reference to anybody that we want to keep away, but we all want to be on the same page and do the same thing. So we're going to do the background check through the school. They'll be prepared. Laws and check marks will be made, and then we'll get busy Monday the 6th helping our community in the process.
Well, and I don't want those background checks to scare anybody away either. It's not that big of a deal. You don't have to go get their blood drawn and in this big, long, drawn-out situation. I mean, it takes like 5 minutes, if that, to fill that paper out. It's very simple to do. I've done it before.
Yeah. If they'll call the office at 270-365-6044, she'll be happy to get you both of those applications. And we need them back ASAP. You know, timing is everything. But you are correct. But it does put a barrier of protection in for the kids and what's going on. And that's one of the things that we requested ourselves, is to be sure that folks know that we have legitimate volunteers, and they'll be identifiable. Vehicles will be identifiable. We don't want kids being scared. And we're grateful for the school board working in partnership with the community to get things done, be sure those kids get their meals.
Well, and we kind of have to have that, and we appreciate that as mamas and daddies. And, of course, I do want to say thank you to Mackenzie Cook, because Josh Cook's wife, Mackenzie Cook, has been sewing masks for a lot of different organizations in the area. And, you know, she does it just for the cost of the material. And I think that's wonderful. She's been helping out some organizations, too.
Yeah, well, we've got some folks that volunteered. They're buying their own material, doing all the stuff and getting it prepped, and they have helped with this particular, so we're glad there. You know, one of the things that is exciting to me about that is we got a little bit of a dead time. Most of you all know that we serve federal and state facilities. Most every ministry site that we have is quarantined right now. So that means the way that we operate and some of the things that we do have been slowed down. We just cut a video yesterday that's been sent to the Department of Corrections, and hopefully by the end of the week, the 35,000 plus folks that we minister to will at least have a message. And we've already sent a letter that's been posted in every facility to give them encouragement, and we're prepping our way for going back as soon as possible. All Job Corps students have been sent back home to their rightful places and waiting on, I guess, the thumbs up to come back. So we'll get back to that later. But here in town, you know, our heartbeat is to participate in what's going on around us as we go and serve those areas as well. And, you know, I'm not a politician, nor do I tout politics, but here's what I would tell you. There's a request from government and other folks to help. And, you know, HR Ministries has always wanted to partner with the community. Well, Board of Education calls, and a couple of things have happened there that are encouraging to us, and that is, you know, it falls in line with Team Kentucky. It falls in line with Princeton Proud and Support Locals. So, you know, I think you're going to see a hashtag coming up from us out on the street before long when we start doing this that hopefully other people will grab a hold of too. I'll let you identify that when it hits. But here's what we would say to the community. You cannot do this without believers, and you cannot do this without Jesus. And so when people give us opportunity, you know, in serving, praise the Lord for the food and the rest of it. But our goal, our purpose is to be sure that folks know that God's on the throne, Jesus still in the saving business, and God's people are still available to folks that are hurting and in need. So whatever we can do to help you, you let us know. You know, we're limited as well as everybody else is in some of the activity and the movement we can do. But there's enough folks out there we can get a hold of people and try to get them on board what you need.
So remind us again the phone number and how to get a hold of you if, just in case we are one of those people that need some assistance.
Well, they need for assistance, they need to call Joseph Storage Bin, which is 270-365-0820. That's 0820. Now, if they want to participate in volunteering, that goes through our HR Ministries office. That number is 270-365-6044. 6044. Depending, if you need help, call the Joseph Storage Bin. If you want to participate in that process of volunteering, be happy to have you come on board and help with that. And, not just them and the school has given us a privilege. Here's what folks that are listening need to know. We're going to offer some things as we drop off the food. There'll be some gift bags for the kids if they want them. We're not forcing anything on anybody, but for those of you who understand who we are, we're making a privilege and opportunity in that to share the gospel. We're not, crossing any lines, but they've asked us to help. So we asked them, could we take the privilege of handing out some stuff? So there'll be some extra stuff for the kids. I look forward to what happens with that, and hopefully folks will be blessed here in the community because of it.
Well, thank you so much. We sure do appreciate all you do, as always, in our community, Brother Harrell Riley and HR Ministries. And onward and upward.
Well, again, supporting local, here's the deal. We're grateful for WPKY and all that you guys do and getting the info out. And you all are a vital resource. The PSAs and other stuff that you're putting out are a blessing to the community. And I pray that folks pay attention. To what depth of seriousness this is for Caldwell County depends on our responsibility. And this circumstance is the sovereignty of God and personal free will in our response to what's going on around us. And if we do what we need to do, God will do what he does. So we want to clear it up fast. You do right. God will take care of the business that he takes care of.
Well, thank you so much, Brother Riley.
Yes, Ty and Tess, y'all have a good day. If you need something, give us a buzz.
Thanks so much, Brother Harrell Riley, of course, with H&R Ministries here in Princeton, Caldwell County, and actually all over the country. Stick around. Coming up next, my Simsy, we've got a Caldwell County Magistrate in the house coming up next on Coffee Talk, 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Your local McDonald's wants you to know that they're ready to serve you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They've always had their drive-thru, and now they're offering curbside pickup service as well. To avoid the wait in the drive-thru, you can download the McDonald's app and try curbside pickup. They appreciate your patience and understanding during this time. We are all having to adjust to this new way of life. It's temporary, but in the meantime, enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at your local McDonald's.
Health First Community Health Center is concerned about your overall health and the well-being of our communities. To help stop the spread of viruses, good hygiene is essential. That starts with washing your hands with soap and water. Together, we can help stop the spread and stay healthy. For more info or to make an appointment for care, call our office at 270-365-9445. Dr. Jamie Perry and Chelsea Akins are accepting new patients at 1100 South Jefferson Street, Princeton.
1580 103.3 WPKY, Tess and Ty, and the person that I call Ellie's daddy. That's your new name, do you know?
That's right.
That's the only name you need. I was just telling him a second ago, that child's going to be president, and I'm going to vote for her. If she's not our first female president, it'll shock me. Of course, Jeff Sims, a.k.a. Ellie's dad, is in with us this morning. Of course, you're Caldwell County Magistrate as well, and out at WCA. And I told him yesterday, I said, I don't understand how half of our officials are getting it done right now. And with you wearing so many hats, and you've also got the dad hat that you wear. And don't get me wrong, I know you have a wonderful wife that you know, and supportive family that helps you a lot. But, you know, I don't know that if WCA gets the thanks that it deserves sometimes. But I guarantee you, if they weren't running at all of a sudden, people would understand what goes into that.
Yeah, you know, we just ask for people's patience right now. And as I alluded to yesterday, and we appreciate you guys for covering the physical court meeting, and I touched on it yesterday a great deal. We're like everybody else in the situation of if our drivers if we have a driver test positive and we have to idle operations, and we've got a contingency plan in place for that, but it is going to have a severe impact on our region because we serve most of Western Kentucky from Owensboro all the way to Fulton and then 11 other states. So WCA, our corporate office in Houston, has put out lots of guidance on this. The things I want people to know is that we are requiring from here forward, and this is a great practice, and I've been wanting to go with this for some time, but what happens is on these ASL or automated side load trucks, if you do not have your trash bagged and there's a breeze or wind, it pushes that loose trash off into the street or the road or on top of the truck, and it'll blow off later. So it's really contributing to our litter, and so we are requiring and mandating the corporate office that all trash be bagged due to the corona outbreak. This is for our driver safety. This is for your safety. And it'll also have the side benefit of helping us keep the cities and the counties cleaner, which in the springtime, we also pay for litter abatement. So you can look at it as a cost savings for kind of yourself by helping us by bagging the trash.
Well, when you think about it, that's common sense. Now, how much do you like going out? And it happens from time to time. The dogs and something, the critter's going to get into it, and you got to pick up your trash out of your yard. Do you enjoy that?
No.
Because now I want you to imagine that you are these poor people that work out there that are picking up the trash that have to do it for somebody else's trash that they don't know. I want you to imagine doing that for the person a mile and a half down the road that you don't know, and now you're in charge of picking up their garbage out of their yard. I don't think any of us want to do that.
Yeah, it's not very fun. I've done it many, many times.
But, I mean, that's dangerous, though. Really and truly, it can be dangerous for people.
It can be. It can be, especially now. So the moral of that story is that, and I'm not saying that we don't miss trash and we don't do that, but there's no negative ever to having your trash in your residential cans bagged. That's the bottom line of it.
Well, I forget sometimes. I'll pick something up out of my yard and just throw it in the trash can and not worry about it. And I do from time to time. We all do.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in mass. I'm talking about when there's never a bag in there. But right now, the way that works is if your trash is not bagged, then it will refuse service to it. So
does it matter which end? And I didn't hear something else I never really thought about until I got behind one of the guys the other day on our road, and I started watching the little arm come out. By the way, you should let your kids watch that sometime. It's really fun.
It is.
But does it matter which way it's facing?
Yes.
So that if the lid is going one way or another?
It says right on the top which way it's supposed to be. The handle's supposed to be toward your house.
Well, Jeff, I never noticed that.
Yep. It says this side or facing or this side toward. But that's okay.
I shouldn't admit, but there's other people too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And what happens is if you don't do it that way, it'll sling the trash, but it will also greatly increase the chance of you damaging the lid.
Okay.
So I want people to know that based on the CDC that all plastics can retain the COVID virus for up to 3 days. So if you're handling and that's one of the reasons
and I
for
heard
these
metal's
changes.
Even worse.
Stainless steel's 3 days also. So wash your hands when you're touching your trash can, when you're, and it's your trash. You're less likely to expose yourself, but, possibly your family or, who knows. But,
I don't know. I have teenagers.
Yes. But, it's just a tough situation. It's a tough situation on our communities. It's a tough situation on everyone. And we're doing the best we can. So we ask for your patience. We also online have posted the numbers. The call volume is insane. Yesterday at lunch, one of our offices had 1,500 voicemails.
Woo!
A bigger city, but we have extremely high call volume. Unfortunately for us as well, we just started our rerouting. So we've changed days in a lot of our communities to improve service, and now we have COVID-19 restrictions kind of bearing down on us and kind of watching out for the health of the drivers and staff.
We didn't want you to get bored.
No.
Yeah. He just looked like he needed something to do.
Yeah, that's right. Two other quick things, because I know we're tight on time, but want to talk from the government side, local government. All our plans are still going forward as far as your roads, paving, all that stuff will be coming out. Things that were carryovers from last year from the chip and seal list. Crown Paving has assured us they were working on a huge state project last fall, so we delayed it until the spring. But that should be ramping up as the weather gets sustainably above 40 degrees, including the nighttime. So
that's wonderful.
I'll look for that here shortly, so that's a positive. If you need help, if you're elderly, need assistance, groceries, medicine picked up, things like that, call the judge's office. We all are kind of pitching in to help do that, magistrate, judge.
And that's not just Jeff Sims' district. That's everybody's district.
No, that's everybody. Yep. If you have a need, you have somebody that's shut in that can't get out. I know that like Walmart's pickup service for its groceries is booked out like 10 days or 2 weeks. So there's just a lot of opportunity to help your neighbor. And so at the fiscal court, we want to do that as well, give that offering. And I know Fredonia, there's a church group down there doing it, Harrell's group. There's a lot of people that are stepping forward to do that.
The city of Fredonia is doing it. Mayor Seibert.
Yes. And I know Dakota, I think, has put something out about that.
Well, I saw that the other day.
So 270-365-6660 is the Judge Executive Office number. If you need that assistance, listen to the governor's guidance. Testing is going on in the county on an as-needed basis. The governor's office, in coordination with the health department, will release when Caldwell County has a positive test. We're not ignorant enough to think that won't happen. I think that day is going to come for everyone. But there's no need to panic. Please do not panic buy. Don't buy up all the meat, toilet paper. We'll spread it around a little bit and help our neighbors out.
Well, and via our emergency management, God love Joey.
Yes.
No, the testing facility is not up and running yet. It is in planning stages. Stop calling and asking about it. They will let you know as soon as they get the specifics.
Right. And if you have, there's a COVID-19 hotline with the governor's office, 800 number. You can contact the local health department. The hospital, I think, is going to be one of those type resources. So, just be patient. If you show symptoms or have symptoms of anything, just stay at home. Shelter in place.
Don't get out sneezing on people.
Don't get out if you can help it at all, please. And then the last thing that I was going to talk about, one of the last things is, again, I wanted to thank the cafeteria ladies, Will Brown, Superintendent Huggins, Board of Education.
Will Brown is Mr. Superman this week. He needs a cape. I'm telling you. He's been entertaining and amazing all at the same time.
Yeah, they've done a phenomenal job in coordinating and doing that. But the ladies on the front line, it's like the garbage. Hey, I don't pick the garbage up, guys. I try to help smooth things over. I try to help with problems. But these people that are out there day in, day out, grinding to get this done and giving it their all, I mean, just please, just be grateful for the people in our communities that don't have the ability to work from home, or our
even Miss Patience on the other side of the phone.
Responders, our school board employees, our ambulance people, fire, police, nurses, doctors. I mean, it goes on, and they're just unsung. So please be grateful for that and be prayerful about it. One last thing that I put out on Facebook last night, the 2020 census. It's our time. The time is here. 2020 census we've talked about for a while. It's here. I filled out mine online with my code. There's a 12-digit code. It took me about 3 minutes for my household of 3 to fill out. So I was laughing, but for these younger people that are never, you weren't in adulthood during the census, what happens is if you don't fill this thing out, then a government worker is going to come knocking on your door asking you how many people live there.
No, he's not. Have you met my dog? I'm sorry, I had
They're going to try.
There's a bunch of us.
They're going to try. So what?
No, we need to. In all seriousness, I'm sorry.
It's a huge advantage. And here's the other thing: if possibly you're involved in some kind of illicit activity, and you don't want the government coming to knock on your door. You can get online and save yourself some trouble.
That is the best thing I've ever heard in my life. If you don't want them knocking on your door because you know.
Yeah. If you're engaged in something you might not should be or don't want the government to know about,
it'd be in your best interest to
it'd
fill
be
out
in
the
your best
census.
interest to go to mycensus2020.com or .gov and get that filled out. Because we don't want more people in jail. I mean, we've got plenty right now, and we've got COVID to deal with, and John Pettit. We just can't have that. So,
Jeff Sims, God bless you.
Hey, I keep it real. We got to keep it real. This is serious times.
That is seriously like the best thing I've heard yet. I love that. But it is true.
It is true.
I mean, honest to goodness, it's true. If you don't want them out there nosing around, you need to do something about it to keep them from it. How
That's
about
right.
that? Best way to do it is do what you're told.
I'm trying to inject some levity in things these days because the world is a serious place.
You need to tell Miss Ellie that we love her so much.
I will do that.
I had about forgotten to ask about the census because once I saw her on there, I forgot about anything else that you posted afterwards.
Hey, you're at home right now. Hopefully, if you're at home right now, it takes a minute apiece for everybody in there. The questions are very, very basic. It's your name, it's your birthday, it's your if you're male or female, what your heritage is, your address. It's really, really, really simple. And you can message me on Facebook if you have questions. If you're older and you still want to do it electronically, as long as you have that 12-digit code that you got in the mail, we can knock that thing out. Be glad to help you.
Well, and it's another way we can help our businesses and just help our town and our county and all of it.
Huge.
All of it put together.
Schools, aid, roads. And we don't get the opportunity to do it again for 10
it's
years.
It's stuff we're fussing about all the time
That's
that we
right.
want. So if we're going to fuss about it, we need to do something about it to fix it so that we get it. And we sure appreciate you.
Appreciate
and again,
you guys.
we talk about Ellie all the time, but she kicked off our pledges and she kicked off our good thing. We're just trying to put some positivity out there.
That's
and
it.
if you've got a word of positivity or some encouragement for us, whether it be in a letter or pictures like the Van Hoosers did out to their church elderly.
Yeah.
If you've got any way that you do it, maybe it's like Ellie and you've got a verse that you think would perk everybody up. Make sure that you email those to us or you can message us on Facebook. Either way, WPKYonline@gmail.com is our email address. We would love to get a hold of them and share it with everybody. And we thank you, Jeff Sims.
Thank you all.
Y'all have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. Audrey Lamb is going to be up here in just a little bit. She's going to get you caught up on everything from national news to local news to community news and what's going on. We've got Todd's going to be in with sports, by the way. Sideline report. There we go. It's going to be on tomorrow. And, of course, Ty will be in with him on that. So stick around. More to come. 1580 103.3 WPKY. Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast. For today, mostly cloudy, mostly sunny by afternoon, high 65. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 48. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 76. And a 20% shot at showers, 80% chance of sunshine. How about that? Mostly cloudy, high near 80. It is 45 at 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Health First Community Health Center. Serving Caldwell County since 1950. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Among more than 55,000 cases, 802 COVID-19 deaths are reported in the U.S., more than 200 of those since yesterday. A coronavirus economic relief package is expected to pass today in the Senate.
Calling it a wartime level of investment, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said the package will send relief to millions of Americans.
Through direct checks to households from the middle class on down, and through a significant and creative expansion of unemployment insurance during this emergency.
The package includes $500 billion in aid for distressed businesses with strict oversight over how the money is used. Small businesses would also have access to loans. There's also money for hospitals and state and local governments.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland. President Trump tweets sarcastically about Utah Senator Mitt Romney testing negative for the disease. I'm so happy I can barely speak. America's listening to Fox News.
Some job recruitment sites overload your inbox with resumes. Glassdoor knows not just any will do. From 62 million job seekers, Glassdoor only matches you with qualified candidates who have the skills and experience your small business needs to grow. In fact, Glassdoor hires are 30% more likely to stay with your company longer. And Glassdoor can help you find that perfect candidate in half the resumes. Go to glassdoor.com/hire. Glassdoor. Find the right fit for your business.
Hello. You know my voice, don't you? Well, just this once, let me tell you something without you asking me first. Now you can complete the census online. Just go to 2020census.gov. The census cannot share your response. More importantly, you can help inform how billions in funding will be spent each year on things in your community. Complete the census online, by phone, or by mail. Shape your future. Start here at 2020census.gov. Paid for by U.S. Census Bureau.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Black